Hey guys, this is video 3. We're going to be talking about rate of change or slope. This is going to be a video where there's going to be some graphs in here. So what I would suggest is pausing the video after each one and kind of briefly sketching the graph so that you have good notes to look back at. Okay, so slope, rise over run, we typically hear this called. Rate of change is another one. Or we see it as y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2 if we're using an equation to figure out slope. And slope we usually see as m. All right, so first one, the table shows the temperature of a solution after it's been removed from the heat source. Find the rate of change in temperature for the solution. Okay, so when we have a table of values like this, it's kind of nice. We can actually pick any ones that we want. I typically pick the first and the last and don't worry about the in-between, just because if we pick the first and the last, we're getting a good idea of the rate of change then. So we have 0, 143.6 and 12, 118.4. So we're going to use our equation here. So what I would do is label your points x1, y1, x2, y2, and we can fill in our equation. So y1, 143.6 minus 118.4 over 0 minus 12. And then we're going to actually just calculate that. So 143.118 minus 118.4 equals 25.2. And 0 minus 12 is negative 12. If you divide those out then, you get negative 2.1. Okay, so it shows the temperature of a solution after it's been removed from a heat source. Okay, so that looks like it is going to be going down 2.1 degrees Celsius per minute. If we look at the time and the temperature, that's how I got per Celsius, degrees Celsius per minute. Okay, at what rate is the swimming pool being filled? Okay, so they give us two dots right here. We're going to use those two to make it easy. So 3, 108 and 7, 252. Okay, so we're talking about time in minutes versus gallons if we look at that. Okay, so we know that our answer is going to be gallons per minute as our slope. Okay, or our rate of change. So x1, y1, x2, y2. We're going to use our slope formula again. So 108 minus 252 over 3 minus 7. So if we notice right away, this is a positive line right here, meaning we should get a positive slope as our answer. Here we notice that the temperature was going down, right, from 143 to 118, so that's why we ended up with a negative slope because it was going down. Okay, 108 minus 252 gives us negative 144. 3 minus 7 gives me negative 4. If I divide those out, I get 36. So 36 gallons per minute is what our swimming pool is being filled at. All right, what's the rate of change in the number of CD sales from 2000 to 2008? So this graph is kind of tricky. This line down here is downloads. This one up here is the CDs. That's what I actually want to focus on. Okay, so this information down here actually means nothing to me in this case. Okay, so in 2000, if we look, there was 89.2%. And here 77.8%. Okay, so that's the year and the percent of CDs that was sold. Okay, so in year 0, there was 89.2 because we're counting that 2000 is year 0. So this dot actually here, they have it, this is a little messed up, but this is 2000 right here. And then it goes to 2008, so that would be 8 years later. was 77.8. So we use 0 because we're counting 2000 as year 0. And then this is year 8. So then we're going to take 89.2 minus 77.8. So as we can see our CD sales are going down, okay, very gradually, but they are going down. So we should expect a negative slope here. And then 0 minus 8. So I know I have a negative 8 on the bottom. 89.2 minus 77.8 gives me 11.4. If I divide those out, I get negative 1.43 if I round. And I would say percent per year is going down. So it's going down 1.43% per year. Okay, what's the slope of the line that passes through 1, negative 3, and 3, 5? Okay, so x1, y1, x2, y2, same thing we've been doing. So negative 3 minus 5 over 1 minus 3. So that gives me a negative 8 over negative 2. Divide those out, you get 4 for your slope. Okay, so this one's actually not talking about a real problem. It's just talking about what would be the slope possibly. Sorry. Okay, what's the slope of this line? So here we have a line. We can do this a couple different ways. I like to pick 2 points that are nice on the line. So there's one, and then here's another one here. So our slope could be rise, which would be 1, and run, which would be 3. So rise over run when you're given a graph. All right, and that is how you find slope of a line. We will see you next time.